Hey, welcome to Sunshine Haze. I am Aja A. Thanks for watching for those of you that are just tuning in, and super thanks for those of y'all that rock with me every video I put up. I truly appreciate you. As you see tarot cards on your screen, it's time for a reading, but this is not my typical new moon reading. This is a video that I wanted to put up last month. But luckily for me, the fall lasts for, a few months. So these videos are still, y'all's is the first video that I got tongue twisted in. I made it a few videos and I'm so proud. This is the autumn equinox video. So this is covering September, October, November, December. I really read based on the moon. So looking at Libra, Scorpio, and Sag seasons. And yeah, this video is for Aquarius. So before we get started, Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. If you feel like what I'm saying in this video does not resonate with you, that means that this video is not for you. So go on and check out your moon and or rising sign. And I got a link down in the description box below to a playlist with all those videos. Check that out. These are general, just a reminder. What should you guys be watching in the meantime though? Depending on when you are watching this video, this is a timeless in regards to the fall season. So anytime during the fall that you're watching this, you might want to watch the moon video for the lunar cycle. So that would be either Libra, Scorpio, or the Sag new moon video and the corresponding tarot forecast. And then as far as the full moons go, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini full moons would be the videos to watch during this time. And then the main contender would be the Venus retrograde video, as Venus is still in retrograde and it is affecting us pretty heavily, as it is a planet that stays in retrograde the least amount of the time. So check out that video as well, okay? And let's just get straight to it. This is your fall equinox tarot forecast. So we'll be looking at the energy for you Aquarians during the fall season. Also going to be looking at, as we're talking about the fall, what kind of change and transformation is coming in for you. And then lastly, a soul message. I just got mad hot. So what do y'all Aquarians, wow. Say, what do y'all Aquarians need me to tell you? And then y'all want to throw cards out the deck. What's popping? You got the Six of Fire, the Maiden, and the King of Fire there. Let's see, y'all, what's popping? What do those little messages mean? Why are you guys throwing cards out of my deck at me? The Six of Fire talks about being in a position to where you really need to be mindful about the actions that you're taking. And you need to be acting from a place that doesn't come from bias. So for a lot of you Aquarians, there may be something going on for you during the fall that you just feel very strongly about, but whatever that is, you really need to do the research and really take the time to understand all aspects of the situation, okay? You've got the Maiden card coming up after it. So this is saying that whatever you feel strongly about is something that you really could and should be working on, but you've got to go about it in the right way. So you've got to really put in the work and put in the effort to figure out whatever this is, whatever this action is, or whatever this project is, whatever it needs. You really need to make sure that you're trying to figure out what it truly needs and not just doing things because you feel like they need to be done that way or doing things because you like them to be done that way, okay? And then you've got the King of Fire coming up after those two cards, which comes with this message of, being very focused and grounded in the things that you are very passionate about. So Aquarius, there's some sort of project or some sort of something or some sort of somebody that you're just all in for, but this card just comes with a little bit of a warning that says don't be so aggressive. Like, take the time to learn the process before you actually make moves on this, and put in the energy and the patience that you need to in regards to dealing with this, because when it is time to make moves on it, you will have everything that you need at hand to do whatever needs to be done as far as the Six of Fire goes, okay? Now, that's not your reading, but apparently some of y'all Aquarians was like, no. Tell me this. I need to hear this. So let's go on and finish shuffling for you guys. Let's see what's popping. Energy's coming in for Aquarius throughout the fall. Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. Okay, transformation is going down for Aquarius. And then soul message, any additional information, messages. All right, let's cut the deck. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry, it's mad quiet. I need to sit with those cards for a second and say what's going on there. Okay. Tying that into those 3 cards that just fell out. So you've got the 5 of water coming up in the position of the energy for you, which tells me that a lot of what I mainly get for that is, for some of you, you may have been in a position to where you really put your energy into something and it just didn't work out the way that it was supposed to or the way that you wanted it to. And then for a lot of you, this card talks about, what message do I really get for this card? Okay, so Aquarius, what I'm picking up for y'all on this card, for a lot of you, and again, this is a general reading, so if you're not feeling it, go watch another video. So there's something going on. There's either a project or a person or just something that you are just emotionally attached to, that you either put a lot of energy into or you want to put a lot of energy into, but you have this energy looming over you of just fear and doubt through experience. So what I get for that, Aquarius, is that the energy for you guys during this fall season is going to be one where you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that, or I don't know, like, I just don't know if that's it for me because this has happened to me before, or I tried something like this before and it went completely left, or, you know, I put my heart and soul into this and then I just got completely played and completely betrayed, or whatever that may be. But this 5 of water card coming up in the position of the energy 2 coming after that message also comes with a little bit of a message of victimization. So what that tells me, Aquarius, is that, and I want to be very clear with this, because sometimes people do this thing where they're like, oh, you can't blame anything on anything going around. You know, yes, the fuck I can. A lot of people don't understand this about stress and anxiety. So a lot of stress and anxiety comes from external influences, and it could be by way of, you know, work, by way of school, or just by way of little events in life happening that put us into this headspace where we're just like, dude, that's just L after L after L after L after L, and now I'm stressed out, and now I don't know what to do because every time I do something, I just take a L. So that energy could be coming up for a lot of you Aquarians during this, during this lunar cycle, during this fall season. Whatever has happened to you in your past is going to be weighing heavy on your heart in regards to what you're trying to put into play for your future. So a message in regards to that, Aquarius, it's so interesting. I had to close my eyes for this. I don't read with my eyes closed, but like, and it wasn't that I was drawing a blank when I pulled these cards, but it was just like, it was a lot that was coming up, and I don't know what to start with. So I closed my eyes to give y'all that message. So everything that I just said about that 5 of water, I believe is the true message for you guys. Try to pull yourself out of the space of feeling like the victim. Try to pull yourself out of the space of feeling like you've been slighted by life. The reality is you were. Okay, on a day-to-day, we are all played to the left like some little puppets by this game called life, right? You can't dwell in that. You just really can't dwell in that, because putting your energy into the negative in your head makes your physical negative as well. And you don't want to resonate in this 5 of water. This is an all shit card. You don't want to resonate in this 5 of water. Ah, shit. This is woe is me energy in your head, because in turn your physical will start to reflect that. So the energy for you, Scorpio, the energy for you, Aquarius, during this time is, feeling like, dang, what happened? All this stuff happened. Why did this stuff happen like this? Like, we could have did something different, but you just can't resonate and shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And you can't, going back to them cards that fell out, you cannot base your actions on what happened to you in your past. Because that's, you just can't bring old energy into something new, okay? The next card that you've got coming up in the spread, you got a lot of 5 energy. So 5 is the number of transformation, Aquarius. And, honestly, these past couple of years, we've been on your eclipse axis. And we have one more Leo Aquarius eclipse coming up at the beginning of the year. But this is the last fall season before you end your little cycle of eclipses. So this 5 energy, this change and transformation and shaking shit up type of energy is coming in for you strong, because you got to wrap up whatever change needs to come in with your personal axis. You know what I mean? You've got the 5 of air coming up, and the 5 of air actually in this deck is not necessarily an all shit card. I actually kind of like when this card comes up, because it talks about being in a position to where life puts you in this place to where you have to take off the mask. And what I like to tell people is that when I say that, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've intentionally been wearing this mask. A lot of the masks that we put on, we develop. It's kind of like we grow them as a reaction to the way that the world is. So this card coming up in the position of transformation is telling me, Aquarius, that this season for you guys is going to be one in where you're going to have to come out of feeling like everything that happened around you is the cause for why you are the way you are. And you're going to have to remove the mask, aka the experiences that have occurred in your life, from you. And then if you look at this card, she takes off the mask, right? But she's still got her eyes blindfolded. So this being in the position of the transformative card is saying that, okay, you're going to be removing this mask. You're going to be shedding yourself of the skin of the things that have happened to you. And as you do this, there's still going to be a little bit of a fear, a little bit of an anxiety of how do I function in this world without all of those scars? Because if you think about it, scars are ugly, one. And scars come from cuts, like old cuts, old wounds. And then a lot of them scars, were scabs at one point. So it's just like, but you get so used to it. You get so used to the discoloration. You get so used to the deformity, quote unquote, that is the scar, is the scab, right? So this card is saying, like, you've been walking through life with these scabs, Aquarius. You've been walking through life with these scars. And you've been walking through life with them because that's all you know. But the best way to put it is, let's get a little lemon and honey and fade them scars now. And that's what this 5 of air is saying, that is the changing energy for you. You're going to be removing your cords, your attachments that you guys have to the things that have happened to you. And as you do that, you're going to be in a space to where you just feel completely like brand new, completely open, completely raw, which is okay. You also have to remove the blindfold. You cannot rid yourself of rough past experiences and traumas without really knowing what's going on. So you have to see this change happening, and that's going to be coming in for you. And I think this is coming up with this 5 of air card with the blindfold, because I think that's going to be very hard for you, Aquarius. I think that for you guys, for a lot of you, it may just have been a lot, and you're like, this is all I know. This is what I'm used to. I don't really know how to be in this world without my scars, without these things covering my skin. I don't know what my skin is like underneath that. This card, transformation for you, Aquarius, is another sign got this too, was to become reacquainted with yourself, reacquainted with your true self. So you get to take off this mask and you get to learn what's really underneath the mask and underneath the scars, okay? And that's why this 5 of water is coming up. because this is what's changing for you, because you're removing this stuff from you. When you remove things, especially when it comes to emotional trauma or emotional baggage or psychological baggage or trauma, when you work through it, it comes up as if you're going through it again. So this is completely understandable. As you work through these things, as you remove these things from your life, or shift these things from your in your life during the fall, you are going to have days to where you're like, damn, I'm just really down because this is a lot of heavy energy. And then also energetically, when you move energy, you feel that in the physical. And so for some people, that makes you sick. And then for some people, it just makes you very down, very depressed, very just drained of energy. So just be mindful that that's what's going on during the fall. And that could be most likely why you guys might be feeling like this. But when you're feeling like this, try to remind yourself that this is coming from the fact that you are removing and releasing the baggage that you don't need to be carrying around anymore, okay? Ooh, come through with the sermon, Aja A. I think that was a good one. What do y'all think? I think that was good. All right, so you guys have the Woo, guys, I didn't even, okay, so the Father I associate with the Emperor card, so the whole time I'm thinking this is a 4. Y'all got a 555 reading for your fall change, transformation, season, spread, Aquarius. The fall is going to be like, it's going down. Meet me in the mall. It's going down for you guys in the fall. Y'all's lives are about to be changed drastically. And you may not see the change start to come through until the winter season, because you have all 5. So this talks about the action of change, not necessarily the result. But just know, whatever y'all doing during these next couple of months, like, it's because life is about to get real different for you, but in a positive way. Whenever you have these like heavy energy 5 cards, it typically comes up that way because you need to deal with all that heavy energy. But once you deal with and release the heavy energy, what's on the other side of that, y'all? Nothing but positive energy and just airiness and lightness and peace and happiness. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, so I just blew my own mind with all them 5 cards. You guys got all 5 cards. That is so crazy. You got the Father coming up in the position of your soul message, which is kind of like the Emperor card. I associate that card with the Emperor. This card talks about stepping out of your habits. So the best way that I can put this, Aquarius, is that a lot of you, whether you do it consciously or subconsciously, a lot of you function in a way that makes it evident that you are carrying around a lot of baggage. This card, this Father card coming up, is talking about changing the way that you've been doing things and being very adamant and very firm in it. So Aquarius, I think it's very important for you because you've got wind and water here, right? And water is a go with the flow sign. So is wind. Wind is also a go with the flow sign. This soul message card for you, this Father card coming up for you in your spread in this position is saying, okay, listen, you are working through your emotions. You are working through your perspective, but you've got to understand that you're doing this work to ground yourself for whatever it is that needs to be happening. And so because water is a very heavy energy on the emotional side, this card is coming up as a reminder to say, yeah, shit's going to get rough. Shit's going to get tough and dirty. But you have got to be firm in working through the things and removing and releasing the things mentally that you need to release and remove so that you can release and remove this emotional blockage and baggage. So the thing with the mental blockages and removing things mentally is that you feel that in your head space. But when you've got things weighing down on you emotionally, you literally feel that in your heart space, and it physically feels like you're carrying around a weight, right? The Father card is saying, hey, you got some shit to work through, and it might be a little rough, but you cannot go all the way into this air and this water and allow yourself to get carried away through the stream or get carried away by the wind through the things that you are working through. You've got to ground yourself in the notion of knowing that these energies are popping up for you to work with them, to work through them. Okay, Aquarius? I feel like I just had to school y'all like I was y'all's daddy. Aja A, aka Mac Daddy Aj. If you ever see any of my Apple products, all my phones, all my iPods, all my laptops, they are all named Mac Daddy Aj. So I just came to y'all with a little paternal energy, which I hope resonated with you, because Aquarius, you've got some things to work through, and the cards that are popping up for you right now are telling me that currently in your life, if you've been able to stifle these things, if you've been able to work through these things and not really be affected by them, because y'all are air, y'all are Aquarians, you can easily detach. At this point in life, you can't work with that energy anymore. This stuff is starting to come up in your physical, and it's starting to be an energy that you put out. And you don't want to be the woe is me bitch. You don't want to be the oh my gosh, what is going on type of that's just not who you want to be. So you've got to ground yourself in understanding that you're working with this to work through it, okay? Change is coming for you. You got a lot, like, if the cards didn't say it, do the numbers, y'all got all fives. Triple five, like that's crazy, which adds up to 15, which breaks down to 6, which is all about nurturing and growth. So, you know, Aquarius, work on yourselves, do that healing, tap into your perspective, tap into your mental, but ground yourself in the work that you have to do, because you have to do it, okay? This fall season is really going to be a time of change for you. You got the 4 of Air sitting on the bottom of the deck, which is a card that literally talks about dropping the dead weight and removing negative instances and influences in your life, okay, Aquarius? So anything or anybody around you that comes with the negative energy, or anything that you are doing that puts out or resonates with the negative energy, you have got to cease doing that. You've got to snip on it, all right? Dang, I don't know. So for some of y'all are very aware of that, and y'all's energy came out with a very, like, a matter of fact, like, no, you need to tell, y'all need to do, like, I don't know. So for some of y'all, especially those of y'all that are feeling like I was just talking specifically to you, everything that I talked about in this reading, you know what it is that you need to release, you know what it is that you need to change, and you understand that there's a little bit of fear behind that, because you're not used to what the reaction or the result could be. Yep. Be a little more positive and strive forward. Literally. Got the 2 of Earth and the 4 of Fire. Okay, Aquarius, I think I kicked some game to y'all. If you feel like you like that reading, go on and give me a little thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. If you feel like you need a more personal reading, or you want more detail, you can book a personal reading with me through my Etsy shop. I've got a link down in the description box to that. If you have any questions or comments, go on and drop them down below. I check my channel every day. I will respond to you, so long as it's not negative. If it is negative, please just don't waste anybody's time here. Just leave the video. I'm gonna say like, comment, share if you know any Aquarians or people with a lot of Aquarius placements in their charts, or anybody like trying to check up on their little Aquarius boo. Go on and send them this video, help them get their best lives together. I'm sure they would appreciate it. With that being said, y'all, I am very close to having my channel monetized. For those of y'all that don't know, like, I put all these readings up for free. And I love doing it. I love helping y'all, but it would also be cool if I could get paid. So I'm literally a couple hundred subscribers away from being able to monetize my videos. So I would truly appreciate it if y'all could share my channel with anybody that's into astrology or into tarot, and just, tell them to help a young sister out. I truly appreciate it. You guys share my videos all the time, so thank you anyways. And then, yes, as I'm talking about subscribing, if you're still listening to me talk 23 minutes in, go on and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with when I put out new videos of me talking, or new videos about the lunations or the retrogrades, or whatever I'm feeling. All right, Aquarius, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see y'all next time.